Skyward es nuestra plataforma académica, el cual permite el manejo de toda la parte de notas, de asistencia, de reportes de lo que es la parte académica e información de estudiantes. Spotfire ha sido una herramienta muy buena y nos ayuda a encontrar muchos errores en la información que anteriormente se había ingresado a Skyward. Errores que hemos encontrado es que los profesores ingresaron de pronto una información errónea, ya sea un peso de las notas mal, que no ingresaron las notas como deberían ser, y digamos que gracias a los reportes que se han generado en Spotfire hemos podido encontrarlos y arreglarlos. La calidad de información ha mejorado mucho con Spotfire. La verdad, sí, en Spotfire creería que no hubiéramos podido localizar esos errores tan fácil, pues porque la calidad de los reportes son muy buenas y también he encontrado manera de ayudar a los profesores a mejorar sus procesos en la parte de ingreso de notas. ¿Sí? Spotfire ha sido una herramienta, la verdad, muy buena y que nos ha ayudado, o me ha ayudado a mí a identificar errores y mejoras en la información de la base de datos de Skyward.
Well, this year, part of our focus in our department has been to look at student data and how can we use that student data to improve not just our teaching, but learning for the students and planning for the future. So thanks to the help of this program, we've been able to look in our department at common and summative assessments. So each grade level will take the data after we've assessed our students. Spotfire helps us spit out that data, and then we're able to take a look to see, okay, between two classes, is there some difference in how we're reaching achievement in different benchmarks? We look at it overall in terms of the overall assessment. Are there different levels? And as we see those, we start to address issues in terms of what it is maybe that we didn't teach so well, how could we teach it better? As I look at this as just a teacher in the classroom, it really helps me to kind of give a quick snapshot. I mean, when we're having 60, 70, 80 students walking in our classrooms every day, it's nice to have those numbers to look at after a unit's finished to say, okay, why is period 2 maybe learning at higher levels than period 3?
As Nick was describing, he's able to come to this dashboard here with several different types of questions. If Nick is thinking about his own course, say his Social Studies 6 course, and how his different sections are doing, he's able to arrange the filters in this way and come over to this page. So he's able to say, take a look at all the different benchmarks, one at a time if he wants, and he can see that this benchmark, each of the different sections, the colors are each section that he teaches, do have a difference in the way that the students have performed. And he can click in and see the actual roster of the students and see who's improved, and even take a look at them side by side in this way and see how the students have been doing in each of the different levels of study and in each of the different sections.
In terms of a chair of the department, it's been nice because I don't teach 8th grade and I don't teach 7th grade this year. So this tool gives me a chance to kind of give some quick snapshots into those classrooms and really be able to see what do we need to focus on in terms of next year.
When Nick wears his department chair hat, he can come over here, filter to one of the grades he doesn't teach, filter to his department, and choose a course. This course, Social Studies 8, is taught by 2 teachers, and this page here is meant to compare how those 2 teachers have assessed benchmarks over the course of the school year. So now each color is one of the 2 teachers. Some things that Nick mentioned being interested in was comparing summative assessments for a particular unit. So we're going to filter to the summative assessments and take a look at something like this Unit 2 one. After filtering, it's immediately noticeable that there is a difference in the average scores between these two teachers. The teacher here on the left in the darker brown has a wider variety of grades that he's assigned, and also several zeros, which indicate missing work that was not turned in after 2 weeks' time. And we can see that the teacher here on the right has exceptionally high grades and no missing work. So we can check all the different benchmarks for both of these two teachers and see that this pattern is consistent, that there's a wider variety of grades. When there's such a wide disparity in the grading between two different teachers on the same assignment, there's only a couple of different possible explanations. One possible explanation is that one group of students is just a more academically talented group. To see if this is the case, we might take a look at the standardized testing results of these two groups of students. Another explanation is that one of the teachers is applying the rubric in a more rigorous way so that it is harder to get a top grade in their course. What we strive for here at CNG is that the two teachers apply the rubric in a consistent manner. These two teachers might want to sit down and compare the work to see if they're grading consistently. If they are applying the rubric consistently and the two groups of students are the same academic level, then what is the remaining explanation is that the teacher on the right used some teaching strategies that were more successful. And if that were the case, then they would want to share strategies. This is the type of conversation that Nick can now facilitate as a department chair because he has the ability to take a look at this information at such a detailed level.
Bueno, Spotfire es algo que empecé a usar mucho más este año, porque en realidad lo necesito para conocer más acerca de los estudiantes con los que trabajamos. Como tenemos tantos estudiantes, como 300 algo, para mí es importante buscar un lugar donde pueda sacar mucha información válida, que sea como información importante de algunos estudiantes que estén pasando por alguna dificultad académica, si hay algo inconsistente para ellos, si hay profesores que nos están pidiendo apoyo, no saben qué le está pasando al estudiante. Spotfire me ha ayudado a mirar qué necesito ver de sus exámenes anteriores, de los records, no solo los exámenes normales, sino los exámenes como el MAP y el Stanford, que son unos exámenes que hacemos estandarizados acá, y así podemos ver como una radiografía de lo que el estudiante es en cosas académicas, y puedo de esa manera contrastar la información de los profesores, y en realidad lo que buscamos es apoyar al estudiante de la manera que mejor podamos. Si no tuviera ese dashboard de Spotfire, tendría que hacer como expedición detectiva buscando en distintas áreas. Me tocaría ir como a Skyward, o me tocaría también quizá preguntarle a algún profesor en específico que me dé los registros del estudiante del año pasado. Si quiero comparar al estudiante en este momento dentro de la clase con los otros estudiantes, pues me tocaría ir a donde el profesor directamente a buscar a que él me contara dónde está ese estudiante en sus calificaciones, que yo no puedo ver, para ver cómo está comparándose él con los demás. Es un reto, sí me ha parecido un reto verlo de esa manera, entender que uno tiene acceso a esta información y que puede hacer algo como usarla de manera efectiva para aclarar dudas, para poder apoyar al estudiante mejor, para que los profesores entiendan de manera como más común que hay algo que ellos pueden mirar y que ahí tienen toda la información. Eso para mí ha sido como algo a lo que yo me refiero como como el lugar donde yo puedo ir a ver exactamente qué es la información que necesito del estudiante, y para eso siento, ¿cómo te explico? Me siento como cómoda entrando a la reunión con los profesores, porque ya sé que tengo información a la que puedo acceder y mostrarle y compartir con ellos. Y no solo eso, pero está todo en un lugar. En realidad para mí es muy eficiente buscarlo ahí y no tener que ir por cada profesor y preguntarle.